Hello. Hope everybody's having a wonderful sunny day. Holy crap. Saint Valentine is happy today for all his fake people that fell for it. Oh, you know, it is a nice day to just do some romantic things. You know, people really need to connect, and I don't think they connect enough sometimes. So if you're having a good Valentine's Day, you go, girl or boy. You do it. You do you. Animal. Animal with midnight and trap. All right, let's do clarifying cards right away because I'm not really getting this message. What I feel like somebody could be being set up for a trap, and it's honestly, it's like somebody's animal instincts, which, you know what, I'm going to put in reverse because I mean, it landed in reverse on the ground, but I don't always take reversals until I actually read the energy. And it feels to me like someone's walking straight into a trap. Strength in reverse. And you know what I was thinking about? My sister was watching Forensic Files yesterday, and like, do you know how many times you can hear out there that like somebody says, man, I had a bad feeling. She had a bad feeling. He had a bad feeling, but we let them go anyways. I walked away anyways. We drove away anyways, right? It's those bad feelings that people either listen to or don't listen to. And that's about the animal instincts. You either listen to your animal, what your animal instincts are saying, or you don't. Okay. It's the same with the strength card in reverse. Now, if you actually look at it, it's just a hand with a snake wrapped around it. But if you've ever worked with snakes before, you have to understand that snakes have to be in the right attitude to be handled. If they're having a bad day like anybody else, they're not going to want to touch. They're not going to want to be touched, to be manhandled, right? It depends how close you are with your snake, because snakes can be very venomous, venomous, depending on what species you get. Right? If they're boas, then they constrict, right? If they're pissed off and you wrap them around you and then all of a sudden they start fucking, trying to bust your hand open, right? Because they've got so much weight, they've got so much constriction that's what they do. If they're pissed off, if you don't handle them properly, if you don't take care of them properly, you have to know when to handle a snake, right? Use your instincts. With Massacre of Daggers would be the King of Swords, but like, look at him. He's like a fool with a knife, he's a clown with a knife. He could be at this point in time, entertaining anybody. But the thing is like there's blood all over that knife. Ooh, look at that. Lovers underneath. With the Ace of Swords and the Hanged in reverse with this Nightmare Cups in reverse and the Six of Bones. Okay. So let's just dissect this for a minute. I think somebody is two-faced. Okay. They're two-faced around you. Or this is a person who is two-faced, and they do not listen to their instincts. They don't follow the path. They're very elusive. Whatever the fuck that word means. I don't know. I don't really use that word. I try not to use big words if I don't really know what they mean, and I don't really know what the fuck that means. So take it how it goes. And it's like, maybe this person is, how do I say this? Loose-tongued with their truth. Like they're very two-faced. So on one instance, you see one thing, and then in another instance, you see another person. Okay. And the thing is that one person, I think you're dealing with somebody that has multiple personalities because of this Mogwai. I could not think of the name of Mogwai forever. I keep calling it an Ewok until I looked it up. I knew Ewoks were in Star Wars, which I've never seen, but I've looked at Mogwais. And the thing is that Mogwais, they turn into gremlins, right? And there is no reversal. Once they turned, they're turned. Okay? So I feel like this person, I don't know, they turned on the truth, or they took the truth and they hurt somebody with it because they're two-faced. Like, there's truth here. The Ace of Daggers is right here. The Ace of Swords is right here. Again, with this snake, like, you have to always remember that the truth hurts. That somebody could tell you something and it's the most fucked up thing ever, and it hurts you because the truth is not, I mean, that you always know it's the truth when it sounds the most fucked up thing. Like, you're like, really? That's right. And I used to always tell the truth, and because it seemed so far-fetched, my parents never believed me. So then I just started telling like lies instead of telling the truth because they wouldn't believe the truth. So I just started lying, right? And figured, well, if they never believe the truth, then maybe they'll believe the lies. But they didn't believe the lies either. And then when they found out that they would catch me in these lies, and they'd be like, why didn't you tell us the truth? And I'd be like, well, every time I tell you the truth, you somehow flip it and you say that I'm lying. So I started lying. Now what? Now you're going to call me a liar, but you never gave my truth a chance. So then I tried a different way, right? It's maybe like this, like you're getting unhinged. Okay. You're getting unhinged. Or somebody's getting unhinged from this trap. Like, maybe somebody is blind to like what they need, right? Or they're blind to somebody else and they're actually trapped with somebody else. Somebody could have been trapped with something. And you know, they didn't follow their instincts. They did something and then it changed everything. It's like when you marry somebody and you wake up the next day and they're completely a different person and you're like, okay. Or you move in with somebody, right? It's like I feel like somebody could have made a commitment, right? And that was the weak thing to do, which is why it's strength in reverse, because they didn't follow their instincts. They didn't wait for the right opportunity to do it. They were very weak and they didn't have a whole lot of I feel like they didn't have a whole lot of confidence. So they made moves. They made really, really weak moves at really major times in their life. Okay. And then it turned out that because they didn't use their instincts, something turned, right? And then they got trapped. Like, could you imagine? You know what I think about often? This one guy I dated, because as soon as we stopped dating, he started dating a chick and then he knocked her up. And I always a couple of my exes, I've done that. They've left me like pretty long-term relationships and then gone and knocked somebody up. And my reaction was to always get so angry at the situation and be like, really? Like, that's what you did? Like, I mean, you never even gave me a chance. Like, but what I wasn't realizing was by them going and having children so quickly, they were actually trying to push back a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. And they were trying to replace things in their life. And that's what a lot of people trying to do. They don't really try to mend their broken heart. They try to just fill in the blanks right away. Right. And that's, that's kind of like, it's almost as if somebody didn't ever give themselves enough time. And then because they didn't follow, they never had enough time with themselves. They never followed what they heard themselves say. And now I'm getting, this guy once told me that his brother was just about to get married, and he came over to his brother's house and he was gonna like run away. And his brother had to like basically talk him off the edge. Like he wasn't gonna, I don't know if he was gonna kill himself. I think what he was gonna do is, I think he was just gonna like run away and go and hide. And he had to like give him a Valium or something. And that kind of always stuck with me, because it's kind of terrified me. Like he told me that, like, oh my God, when we used to work together, me and his brother used to work together. So this was like, oh man, like a long time ago. Okay. I'm talking like between 8 and 10 years ago. Okay. And when he told me that, it kind of like scarred me, because it meant, oh my God. And then when my sister got married, she like cried the whole morning of her wedding day. And I was like right there and I had no idea. I was hanging out with my dad, my stupid freaking father, and she was like crying in her hotel room by herself. Like, these stories have traumatized me, okay? Like, to the extreme, because both people got married and both people kind of regretted it. And it always kind of said to me, like, I don't know if it's the pressure of getting married or it's the fact that people actually really don't want to get married, because the thing is that it's a really big commitment, and people don't realize how much you sacrifice in a marriage. It's any relationship. Really putting a ring on it just makes it more permanent, but you can still get out of it. So really signing a fucking certificate doesn't mean anything. It's the pact that you make with somebody, right? Because if you actually listen to the vows, a lot of it is, it's a give and take. It's a 50-50. And it's through the worst times and the good times and the poor times and the rich times. And the times, like, because those hard times, those sick times, those poor times, they kind of can make or break you. And then people let it break the relationship. And if a hard time can break a relationship, could you imagine how weak those people are on their own? Right? If they let the littlest rift come in between them, right? It was really like, because people who stand strong on their own stand strong with other people as well, right? And if you can't give your all to somebody, then you shouldn't stand with them, because the people you stand with are the ones that you're willing to kind of ride or die with, right? And that's a huge thing to know, that you would die for something, because your life, at the time, you would rather risk and deem less than the person you want to save. And that's huge. Like, that's heroism. Like, that's things that most people would never think to do. Right. And I mean, there was this other night, oh my God, there's this other night, and my sister never wakes up in the middle of the night. She never pees in the middle of the night, okay? I'm the one that is always awake, okay? It's a fucking curse, I tell you. I woke up 3 times last night just to go pee, okay? I'm not an old person. I don't pee at all during the day. I swear I save it for the nighttime. I don't know why, but this is probably why. So anyways, I'm laying in my fucking bed. It's probably like 3 a.m, and I hear something. And now my front door is like in this little tiny lobby, okay? And then you have to go up the stairs to my apartment, right? But so my apartment's not on the ground level, it's on the 2nd floor, thank gosh. So there's like quite a long stairwell to my apartment. So I look, and I'm like looking, my apartment's really long. It's really long. So my bed is like at the end, right? Right through the doorway. I can see all the way down to the other end of my apartment where the stairs are, okay, that come from the front door. And I swear to God, I just recently added these lights above the bathroom door so that I can see better when I go, like when I walk there. And I swear to God, I saw fucking somebody run into the bathroom. And I sat there for a second and I was like, okay, this is the moment you have been waiting for. Like, this is the time where you're up at night for a fucking reason. And I don't even remember what did I do? Okay, I grabbed my phone. I put it on torch mode, right? So that fucking light is blinding. I put it on torch mode and then I hit it against my chest, right? So then you couldn't see me. I was like, basically my part of the apartment is in the dark, right? But I saw them go into the bathroom. So I was like, what the fuck? Okay, they're in the bathroom doing something, but they didn't turn the light on. They closed the door though. So I'm like, what the fuck? Why did they just, maybe they just went to the first room and then they went, oh fuck, now I'm stuck in the bathroom. Like I had no idea, but I was like, okay, I got out of bed. I put my brave face on. I'm like, this is it. Like, I don't even know what I had in my hand. I think, I went to the kitchen because I had to pass the kitchen to get to the bathroom. And I grabbed the biggest fucking knife on my way. I walked so slow. I grabbed the biggest knife and I waited until I heard movement, and then I heard movement, and then the door opened and I flashed this person with my light and I was like, who the fuck are you? It was my sister. Oh my God. She was like half asleep. She's like, what? I'm like, oh my God. I'm so sorry. I swear to God, it looked like when you went into the bathroom, you jumped like, and I was, oh my God, I couldn't stop apologizing. I felt so upset that I did that. Like, because it's not, your life is not a movie, but at the same time, it fucking is. Okay. These Ring cameras that catch things, okay? This is worse than a fucking movie. It's worse than a movie, okay? You should be walking to the woods fucking going like this every 2 seconds, okay? If you're not, you're an idiot. Honestly, this world's a lot scarier than people fucking, okay? I was ready to die. And at that point in time, I knew. I didn't go into my sister's room. I just walked by it because I was like, I'm not even gonna wake her up. I'm not gonna scare her. I'm not gonna say I think someone's in the house. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna fucking deal with it. She can hear it and then she can call 911 if anything happened. That's what I figured was going to happen, was she was just going to hear it. She would come out running. And then, we have a lot of neighbors. I actually call my neighbor that lives right there a pit bull. He's ex-Hells Angels, not ex-Hells Angels. He actually, has a disability. Something happened to his head, so he can't ride, but I'm pretty sure he's still a part of the gang. He just is not at the clubhouse. He's here. He is my pit bull. Okay. He will break a motherfucker in half. He's just always sitting right there waiting for somebody to pull into the driveway that's not supposed to be here. Like, he is incredible. And I have another man underneath me. And even if that guy starts talking to me and this guy doesn't know that it's a mutual conversation, he'll come out and make sure that I'm okay with this guy. Like, these two men do so much for my sister and I. It's not even funny. And like, this guy's married. This guy's like an old widow. So they do a lot for my sister and I. But the thing is that they can't do everything, and somebody could get by them and come at us. But so far we've been very safe where we are, and I feel really good about it. But I also know that I was willing to sacrifice my life like a week ago to save my sister. Easily. And that's the thing, is there's been multiple situations. There was this fire that broke out in my house, and it was like a sheet that was covering the door because we were getting the main door fixed. And it was in the middle of the winter. So we covered up this hallway. And when I walked by with a candle, I set it on fire, and my sister was sleeping, and I grabbed this, the wall was on fire basically. I grabbed it. I pulled it. I put this fire out with my body. I burns up my arms. I burnt my PJs up. But that was fine. Like, I mean, there are times where I've been willing to put my life on the line. And because I've been willing to put my life on the line, I know that death is nothing to fear. I know it's not. And I know that heroes are the ones that you would never think were heroes. They're not rich, they're not famous, they are hobos, bums, sleeping on corners. They're people that you would never expect are the angels, because of the way that we are treated, right? We're treated like scumbags, we're treated like assholes because we're the ones that are the brightest out of anybody, and no matter how hard they try, they can't blow us down, they can't kill us, they can't make it so that we're not here. We'll always be reincarnated, we'll always be on earth, whether they want us here or not. It doesn't matter. They birth us and then suddenly don't want us. And it's like, oh, isn't that ironic? Didn't you want and plan for a child your whole life? And then, you didn't like the one you got because it wasn't sinister like you? Like, okay, back it up, mom. All right. Like somebody's definitely, I feel, very, very, very two-faced. And maybe somebody got trapped with somebody. And the thing is that one side of them knows the truth and one side of them is full of shit and is ready to fuck with people. And those are the people I deem the psychopaths, right? I don't fuck with people like that. I don't fuck with people in general. To be honest, I just want to help people. That's all I want. People make it seem like I'm fucking with them. I don't really care. It's just a waste of my time to even entertain it at that, right? So I feel like I don't really know where this I don't really know where this reading's going. It has been fascinating from the second I turned on the camera, though, let me tell you. I can't even read that. So, I mean, do we have anything else to say? It's like somebody didn't listen to their instincts. And now they're going solo. You know, it's like you must be escaping a trap. I mean, the King of Cups, the Nightmare of Cups. Oh, that's the Knight of Cups. Delivering yourself away from this. Getting out of this trap. Then we got Balance. And that was in reverse. So I feel like somebody was really off balance. And maybe it's because of this partnership. Oh, now we've got Guidance with Bliss. So, honestly, it's like finding the balance between the multiple personalities here and getting yourself away and finding the guidance that you need to balance yourself and get into solitude, get safe again, because somebody's not listening to their triggers. They're not listening to what they're supposed to be doing. And one side they're showing is positive and the other side they're showing is pure darkness. And that's just the truth, that if this person changes all the way, they're never going to come back. Right? So this person could be like teetering on the lines, and it's like, this is not going anywhere. Like, and the world is kind of giving somebody an out of this. It seems like there's a lot more people involved than just one. You know, your family might even, you know, your family might be involved in this and saying like, why would you get a divorce? Why would you leave? You know, like there's a perfectly good match there. And you're just like, I can't do it. If you can't do it, you can't do it. You know, like there's good people and there's bad people. And if you disassociate from somebody and then realize that you're actually very different from them and you might be good and they might be evil, then don't continue a relationship like that, because the evilness that is them goes into you and it starts to leak into you because they're taking your light. Right? That's what this person wants to do. It's all about taking your light. It's all about, and there is, you know, there's truth behind this, that you know that this person changed, that they don't listen to themselves. If they were to just listen to themselves, they would realize that what they're doing is hurting the relationship, but they don't care. It's almost like this person turned into a narcissist. And if they go all the way fucking forward into like sociopath, they're never coming back. Ever. Right? So the universe is kind of saying, you might want to guide yourself away from this and seek solitude, because in solitude, you will find your bliss and you will realize why you felt like you were so trapped for so long. It's because somebody used a contract in vain. Which, unfortunately, is what people do. 3 of Cups, yeah, it started off all nice. You know, started off all friendly. Started off like you were friends. Everything was going good. There was party, fun. And then, 10 of Bones in reverse. 6 of Daggers, Massacre of Crystals, Justice. It's like, and then everything crashes. And your soul leaves. Then you just start working for money, and then you're just in a relationship and you're just going to work and you're just going through the cycles because you're healing and your soul is so fucking far gone from you because you're so detached from this now because of how much somebody turned the tables. And you know, when you look at it, a lot of people are just children in adult bodies. 7 of Cups. They act like they have all these choices. You know, I can do this and I can do that. And really, they stifle themselves. And by giving themselves all these choices all the time, they're actually giving themselves nothing. Right? But a whole bunch of other people. I mean, pick a poison, any poison, and they'll jump for joy for it, you know? This person will do anything for money. Like they're willing to do anything for money. Like it's almost as if you could say, you know, somebody could call them and be like, I'm a part of a shipwreck organization, and if you donate $10,000, we can guarantee that we'll come back with $50,000 in shipwreck materials that you can sell and get rich. They would be like, oh my God, sign me up now. You know, it's something like that. It's they're always so, like, maybe this is where they change. Like maybe you didn't know they were so greedy, or you didn't know that money was such an issue, right? Maybe that's how they changed. Right? Like they were very weak for things, or maybe you were really weak for them, but they're looking now, they're trying to dig for gold. They're trying to dig for anything that they can, right? Because their vision, something to do with their vision. It's like they always dreamt that they would be rich or something like that. Food meditation. Maybe this person always just thinks that like they're allowed to do whatever they want, you know, and they indulge in things that is, you know, kind of bad for them, right? Like not doing and making the right steps for themselves. They're just the divine feminine in the void. So this person is very much in the void, right? In a negative aspect, though. That's the thing. It's the negative connection. You shouldn't be that connected to money, right? Money is not something that you would connect to, right? It's not a thing. It's not an energy. There's miracles, codes in nature. See, like money doesn't exist. The connection is in nature. The connection is in the things that exist. And I think now that person is getting awoken to that, right? It's like they're looking up, they're looking at life in a different perspective now that they've been able to get away from this other energy for so long, right? It's giving them a different perspective. And it's almost like a miracle, because to be honest, I really don't think that you ever thought that you could change, right? There's transcend with celebration, act, choices, initiation, aura, and loyalty. So there's definitely, there's a lot of truth in being loyal to yourself. Okay. And there's an awful kind of initiation part of the whole journey. You know, once you realize that you're escaping somebody who turned the tables on you really bad, really greedily almost, right? And it's like there's celebration when you seek justice and you transcend obstacles, right? And you allow yourself to have more choices. It changes your aura and it makes you really loyal. When you get stabbed in the back by somebody that you trust, the loyalty that you then end up having for other people is astronomical, because you wouldn't even believe that you would get hurt by that original person to begin with. So then thinking, okay, I've got to step my game up because this person just fooled me 100% and I didn't really know what was going on. So now I'm going to make sure that I'm way better than that person's energy ever treated me, right? It's kind of like learning, you know, what goes around comes around, and realizing that like a hard ending with somebody that started off so great, right? There's a lot of truth behind finding out something so sour. Like, yeah, it leaves a really nasty taste in your mouth, but then you realize, well, I'd rather have found out about it than not found out about it. Continue to do something that was really, honestly, hurting me, right? That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of choices that you get when you choose to act. It's that initial move that you make, right? And then it's like, poof, oh my God, I feel so much better. Like, you know, living in the restraints of feeling like you can't go anywhere, right, is awful. Like, because now you're starting to connect with things that you really don't want to, right? Connecting with money. It's not about money. There's this journey is not about money. It's about connection. It always and will be about connection. And that's why they don't like a lot of people like us, because we look for connections above anything else. Money can't buy the things that our minds and bodies can connect with, right? It's impossible. Ooh, there's the magician. He was sitting on top of the deck there and kind of like teetering. And I was like, okay, I'm going to pick that card up. And that's the magician. It's like now realizing that you've got all the tools at your disposal. And it's like, what are you going to do with them now? Like, I mean, nobody can take them away from you. And you just have to realize how magical you are and how powerful you are. And then poof, it's like, oh my gosh, now you wouldn't even believe how like don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. You know, just keep going, 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 and transcending the illusion that you had to be in some type of energy that was so depleting in order to get what you even felt like you didn't deserve. What a beautiful message. Take what resonates. Leave what doesn't, obviously. If it doesn't resonate, don't let it confuse you. All right, that's all the signs. And yeah, you know, thanks for all the love and support you guys do. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay. These are collective readings. They could resonate with anybody. They're also timeless. They could resonate at a different time, maybe not just now. They are futuristic if they need to be, obviously. And, you know, just be friendly to each other. And I'm not an expert. I never claim to be. I'm just reading the cards. Always remember that tarot is magical. The cards line up to tell the story. And if the story matches, it does. If it doesn't, always take what resonates. Leave something for somebody else that can pick it up for themselves. All right. Personal readings, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. I'm not sure if I said that. If not, just enjoy the beautiful channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Please like the videos if you do actually like them. You know what I mean? YouTube always likes. I like to rub it in their face that people actually do like my content, regardless if they keep trying to block my channel. I really don't care. Obviously, it's not about getting it out to 1 million people. It's about getting it out to 1,000 people, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. So, hooray for me, right? Yeah. Yeah. Have a good week. I hope if you're having some storms, you know, you stay protected out there, stay safe out there, be graceful with each other, be good to yourself. You know, and always remember that people are watching. So act right and do you. And yeah, have a good one. Peace out. Word to your mothers.